Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Aries. We are going to see what do you have to do to make your dreams come true. So, how to manifest your dreams right now, Aries? We are going to start with She of the Cruach. She of the Cruach is a card that is a nurturing, motherly energy, very fertile. It is also the card of dreaming, of seeing what you want to manifest in your mind's eye and in your dreams, in your dreamscape. So this is what you want to manifest is something that you have been dreaming of. It might not be exactly what you have envisioned in a conscious way. And that's a different part of this reading. That's the mystical Kipper is giving me this vibe that something has to change in your mind in order for you to manifest your dream. Or maybe there's a correction in your dream that is needed, or a sort of more grounded understanding of what you want to do. And why do I say this? The main person card is you. And whatever she is facing is the future, and whatever is behind her, it's the past. So, rich good gentleman is in the past, and sad news is in the future. And sad news has a lot to do also with mental, your mental state. So maybe there's a depression, or there's an anxiety, or there's some sort of fear of the future, and a feeling of maybe that good times or something is behind you that you haven't quite left, that maybe you didn't mourn correctly or at all. And this is why this reading has come. So I also feel like this reading is like a continuation of a dream that you might have had. There's this suggestion in She of the Cruach because it's so ethereal. The energy is so ethereal in this reading, is very subtle. And I also say that because of the projections card. Projections is 7 of Cups in this deck, and it's a lot about illusions and also trying to figure out what you feel about things. So I feel like this is changing, something is emerging. There's a transformation that is occurring here. This is the Death card in this deck. So something is changing in how you feel about things. And I feel like when this changes and you have a different idea of a different concept of what you are doing, everything will change in your favor, because this is 10 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is very, very lucky and blessed position for the cards. This is a very blessed outcome, very lucky, and I feel like you are going to have things move in an easier way, and you can't really see it right now. There's something hidden. There's something hidden from your sight. And I feel like it's from a lack of consciousness. Is this consciousness? Here you have the Buddha. Consciousness. And it's from being stuck in a certain expectation. This is the Hangman, and it's new vision. New vision means changing perspectives. You can see there are 2 figures here. There's one that's crouching, that's dragging along. It's very dreary. the energy. And then you have this dancer with wings and the cosmic dome, looking at the stars. So there's an evolution from a square to a circle. There's a, you can see the circles, all the circles in this reading. So I really feel like something has to come full circle. There's a closure that is needed before you move on. And this is how you will make your dreams come true. You make your dreams come true by making peace with the past and releasing any sort of melancholy. So it's not that you need to focus so much on it, because I feel with She of the Cruac, it's like a mother taking care of her children. So make sure that you are in a very nurturing environment when you want to understand what you want to do and what you want to achieve in life. Because if you're not in a good environment, you are not going to feel in a healthy, state of mind. And there's a lot of illusions that are going to be created and misconceptions about yourself, about the situation, about your process, about who you are and where you are in your journey. How people judge you might be, this projection. I really feel like there's a relationship or some sort of situation in your past that has to be, that you have to make peace with, forgive. Because I feel like there's this underlying, like, depressive or sad or melancholic energy that is very hidden, is very subtle. Or you might be aware of it already. But if you're not, if it's very subtle, I would say, you can seek help if you need to. Of course, that's very important if that's what helps you. But also, use whatever tools you have in your spiritual belt, let's say, in your spiritual toolbox. Some sort of meditation or affirmations like Ho'oponopono or other techniques that you might know. I love Ho'oponopono, and there are a lot of meditations on YouTube and that have been very useful for me too. And I think that might help you, but that's only a very small suggestion if it helps. If you need to have one-on-one therapy, seek help for that, because I feel like that's going to help you close that circle and really see things from a broader perspective and let go. Let go into this change mode. You have to change. There's something that needs to change. And I feel like this is something that has to do with your outlook on life. So having a more positive outlook on whatever you want to do is going to be a massive step for you, because there's the 10 of Pentacles. So it's really important, really. It's a very big step because it makes you complete a cycle. And that's what is needed for you to achieve your goals right now. Now, I wanted to understand a little bit better what is in the past that might be bothering you so much. And what's interesting to me about this card, and I think I have already kind of connected to the card itself in a way that it speaks to me about a story that involves the reptilian brain somehow, because I find it so odd that this rich, good gentleman, he seems so well established in his life, and he has a castle, he has abundance, He seems like he's well-dressed, so he seems like he doesn't really need anything. He's drinking his glass of wine and relaxing, playing a game of chess. But he's playing with an iguana, so although it's kind of an exotic idea and it's quirky, I find it really strange because it's an unequal relationship, right? It's something that's odd. It's so strange. So maybe you've been in a relationship that kind of triggered your more reptilian part of the brain. So maybe fight or flight. So if you have been dealing with an abusive relationship, or even if it's not abusive, like outright, it might be something that's deeply disturbing to you, something that shook you to the core until you felt this fear, because fight or flight state, it's very traumatizing. And I feel like there's some peace that has to be made with that. You have to put things behind you. You have to kind of face, something that's coming from the past. And I feel like once you face it, although it will maybe feel very strong in the moment, if you just sit with it. And it's interesting because the card is sad news, but she's praying in church. And this is where you find mercy. This is where you find divine love, infinite compassion. And at least it's a symbol, of course, because maybe you don't believe in the church's teachings, but it's the symbol, right? So she's praying. And usually, like, we can pray for forgiveness, we can pray for others, we can pray for wealth, we can pray for so many things, but she is praying, but she's crying. So she's like asking for help. And I feel like once you kind of face that, something is going to be put behind you, and it's going to be very small. It's going to be made very tiny, because she has a very small mouse behind her. Can you see? And it's like, it's a matter that it might have seemed like a challenge, like something you had to fight or face in a combative way. But once you face that sadness, that maybe anxiety of being in this unequal relationship, it will be made very small. And love and compassion will be with you all the way. So there's no need to worry about that. It's very interesting also. That main person has a lot of birds, but also has 2 fairies. So for me, this is you receiving a message, receiving many messages actually, and having a lot of abundance and knowledge come to you because you are protected and looked after. She's also very, she has a hat and she has an umbrella. So it's like you have a lot of protection around you. And the bird is speaking. One of the birds is speaking. It's like a parrot or a cockatoo. So there's this intelligence, there's this blessing that's coming for you. And I feel like this is also the message of this whole reading, is to make you feel nurtured and protected and understood, because dealing with an unequal relationship like this is very hard. It's very hard on the nervous system, and it's very hard on your body. So make sure to take care of that and have empathy and love for yourself also. And and be available to receive that from others. So if you need like a support group, if you need to talk about some sort of experience that traumatized you or that creates anxiety, that's the way to go to face that. And also about your goal. One thing that's very important to also note in this reading is that there's also a very material and physical, palpable component to what you are doing. And don't be afraid, because it will manifest. It's like the wheels of karma, and then the wheels of fortune are turning in your favor. And I think it's like you're just going along for this ride, and you're going to be helped and taken to that place. There's also another message here that I really wanted to come to present to you, because maybe some of you are looking for that right now. And it's also that Chi of the Kruak is also an indicator of pregnancy. So if you are dreaming of being a mother, or if you are dreaming of being a parent, a father, it will happen. Somehow it will happen. So for some of you, it might be your own, or it might be some other process like adoption. But whatever is the process that is right for you, it will manifest, and it's something that you're being helped in doing. It's not something, it's a part of the natural law of things. It's not something that you have to fight for, like against something. It's coming very naturally. So whatever you're going to manifest, it's going to come naturally. It's going to be very a smooth transition. But first, you need to get rid of this illusions and projections that might be also cast upon you by others, not by yourself, of course. And be mindful of things from the past, especially harsh relationships, tough relationships that might be bringing some melancholy into your objective, let's say. And also, when you transform this environment of yours, you will have a clear consciousness and a new perspective. And once you change that perspective, and I think you won't miss it. It's like, it's something that once it happens, it's like it clicks, and you will understand that maybe it's a long process of healing, and you will look back and you will say, okay, it makes sense, right? It makes sense that I had to go through this to understand this and to have closure in order for me to manifest my dreams. Yeah, it's very interesting, very forward moving. So don't think that something is going to stop you. There's nothing that's going to stop you. Yeah. So thank you so much for this, Aries. I am now offering free readings, free personal readings for anyone who contacts me on my email, so houseofthespiritarts@gmail.com. And I am offering free personal readings until I reach my 100th subscriber. So also make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That will help me a lot. And check out my website and my other social media accounts, TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, also like and share the video if it resonated with you. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.